So, so we're going to start off with a song by Dalton.
Do feel free to join along with either of these short songs, which together make one long song. Should old acquaintance be forgotten and brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in the days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dears, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dears, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now. Sing that along with me. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now. We are free, we are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now. Said we are free, we are unlimited. Right now.
Well, that was a perfect song because as of last night, I'm retired. So I'm free. So I just thought I'd put it out there. Hope the company's not watching. But anyway, thank you for coming this morning. And, you know, before we have the children come up, I just want to mention it is birthday day. So anybody who's got a birthday, if you want to stand up or raise your hand and we'll sing happy birthday to you. Any January birthdays? Oh, yeah.
How about you, Dalton? To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dalton. Happy birthday to you.
So we'd like to invite the child up.
Tell him who he is.
And this is my grandson, Jackson. Yeah. Sue's grandson, too. This is my daughter, Sarah. Yeah.
Okay, here we go, everybody.
So we don't have children's church today, but I'm glad they came. So I'd like to thank everybody in service today. We have Rich on the board desk. We have Lindy and Joey on the sound booth. And the kitchen cookies ready for us after service with snacks and warm tidings. I guess that's for Christmas, isn't it? But anyway, it'll be a nice time to be in community afterwards and just say hi to somebody and get to know somebody new. So we have just a few announcements before I mention that. If you want to maybe silence your cell phone so it doesn't you don't get a call during the service. But also, we'd like to welcome you today. If there's anybody new and you want an information packet, if you want to raise your hand, and Doug or Ronnie will bring that out to you. Thank you for coming. And if you want to see the grounds afterwards, one of us will take you around and show you. And then we have some announcements for today. And so I'm going to have Dr. Mary come up and do some of hers, and then Reverend Sue will step in and do some. We have a lot of classes and things starting up in January.
Thank you, Charlie. We've been collecting shoes for the homeless for many years now, and usually once a year, Shasta County has to do a homeless count. And it's usually in May when it's nice and warm. For some reason, they're doing it Wednesday, January 25th. Pray it doesn't snow or rain hard. Nobody will show up. Anyway, we've got a lot of shoes, but they need to be tied together in pairs and listed with the size. And so you have in your program a note that says, sort the shoes Saturday, January 21st, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. in the social hall. Last year, we had at least 15 people, and we did 150 pairs of shoes in 2 hours. So if you can take a couple hours and help us do that, that would be great. Then the giveaway is Wednesday, January 25th. It's at the Vets Hall, so I'm really glad about that. When we did it there last year it was outside. When we did it at the Vets, we were on stage, and we had 2 tables for men's shoes and 2 tables for women's shoes. And then other church brought a bunch of socks. So it was really great, and they really appreciated it. And based on the schedule there, I've got a sign-up sheet from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, but it may end around 2, who knows. But I'll be there at 8:30 to help load the shoes into the Vets Hall up on stage. Anybody that can help, I'd appreciate it. And then I expect 9 to 4, or probably 9 to 2 will be the bulk of it. So if you could sign up to help, that would be great. I'm going to be doing a new class. It's called Revealing Wholeness. And I think it's a real good one for people that have taken a couple Science of Mind classes, so you know what it's all about. But it's revealing wholeness by looking deeply at what is spirit, what is mind, what is our body really, what is the creative process, how does that work, and the power of our own mind to heal. And then we'll be doing some work on spiritual practices. And I really like this course. It's a little heavy, but I think if you're new for a little bit now, I think you might be ready for some heavier stuff. There is a syllabus in the hallway, and take it back and read it and see. Take Science of Mind text, and then Mind Over Medicine is another text. So anyway, good things coming up, and hope you can join in all of it. Thank you.
Ooh, I sat there too long. Good morning. I want to follow up with those announcements. I don't know if you caught that Mary's class starts this week, January 3rd, 1:30, Tuesday. And there are some other new classes starting, and this is a really nice time of year to engage in some of the classes, and we chose some that weren't as long. Mary's is 7 weeks, and Shirley Wade, practitioner here, is starting one on Wednesday as 9 o'clock in the morning till 11, and hers is mental equivalence, and that is another short series, and it's a really nice way to realize that what you create in your mind you outpicture in your experience. And so that's what the word mental equivalence is pointing to. So that one this week, and Mary's. And then now Christy Carr, another licensed practitioner, has one starting Thursday, January 5th. Hers bumps into the evening at 5:30 to 7:30, Spiritual Principles and Practices. Another small series of classes that really invest you in some of Earnest Holmes' most powerful work in a small book. And then you realize, well, what are the practices and the spiritual principles of this philosophy? And you walk away from her class with a real good foundation. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a Spiritual Awakening 2023. I'm calling it a New Year's Cleanse. We're just going to meet from 9:30 to 12:30 and coming together just to kind of begin our new year with refreshed, renewed, restored, and setting some intentions, not resolutions. Those are annoying. But the intention is something that you can continue to reinvigorate throughout the whole year, just to know, well, what was my intention? I don't want to forget that, and live out loud is what the whole year's principle of teaching is. We know some of this philosophy. We've spoken to it for so many years, many of us, and now we want to really show that we walk our talk. So that is next Saturday. And I also have a small series. It's not the ones that Mary and Shirley and Christy are doing are called certificated classes, and they're coordinated with the organization at large. I'm doing can you tell I'm tired? I can't even talk. I hope I wake up a little bit more before I give my message. But Unconditional Joy is a small class I am going to start on January 11th. There was a really good book by Michael Singer a while back, The Untethered Soul, and this book tags on to that. He has written this other book, Living Untethered. Another idea that I think, especially going along with one of the songs that Dalton did this morning, set ourselves free. Let go of the baggage of the past and bring the joy that is ever present anyway within us back into that spark of goodness. So that will be January 11th. And I'll just finish these up, Charlie, if you want me to, since I'm on such a roll and I've really captivated them all. The Essence of Science of Mind, this is one of the small series that does 2 sessions to become a member of our center, and Mary is presenting this next Sunday after services. So if you want to prepare for that and plan to stay a little bit longer after services for more information. And the book club is starting on January 9th with Robin Backstrom, another practitioner, from 2 to 4. This is a popular group, and this is one of Sherry Miller's favorite books. But they're doing the Book of Joy, okay? And that's Desmond Tutu and His Holiness the Dalai Lama. A powerful documentary film on that, as well as just the reading itself. It fills you with potentiality and possibility. So this seems to be the month about joy. That being said, I'm going to step away and get my thoughts together.
We had a really nice early morning meditation yesterday at 4 a.m. It's a world peace meditation. And then last night we had we had a play, and we had a lot of fun with that. It was a 3-hour Shakespearean play, but the actors were just phenomenal. And we sat in here in the sanctuary, and it was just a lot of fun. So that's why we're a little bit tired. But it was all joy. It was all pure joy. So it's all worth it. And we look forward to Kat to doing that again as a follow-up. She's an amazing director, and Dalton was an amazing actor in it. He's pretty good. So, and JB as well. So one final announcement. We haven't been attending to our leaves because of the rain. So if you're interested in helping Roy, Diana, Doug, and myself and others on the landscape team just drop your name with Rich, and we'll get a hold of you because we're going to have to plan a good long day or a couple days of catching up with our leaves around the place. So we do make it fun, and so if you can believe that, it is actually fun. And so we enjoy doing that work together. It's part of community. So we're going to move into our reading now by Dalton, and then we'll invite the bell 3 times and take that opportunity to kind of drop down into your consciousness, at a deeper level, and kind of reflect on what the new year means to you and going forward. And then I'll do a prayer, and then we'll have our talk by Reverend Sue. Dalton?
This morning's reading doesn't have any big words in it, but as you might be able to see, it also only has big words in it. So, this is by Donna Ashworth. No, 2023 won't be the best year yet, nor will it be the worst. You see, a year is a mosaic of absolutely everything. Joy, fear, heartache, loss, beauty, pain, love, failure, learning, friendship, misery, exhilaration. Each day, each moment even, is a tiny shard of glass in this beautiful, confusing creation. 2023 will be another mosaic to add to your wall of art. A wall that shows the life you are continuously gifted. A wall that shows you are human. A wall of survival. I wish you many pieces of broken glass this year, my friends, because this is living. And before you march on into another year of everything, pause to look back at the work you have created thus far. It is quite something. You are quite something. Now onwards we go, my friends. Onwards we go.
Please join with me in recognizing and feeling the presence of the one Spirit of God that's everywhere, always available, always at hand. And know and accept that it flows through each and every one of us, individualized in the most perfect and beautiful way, but an expression of the whole. All the beautiful aspects of God. And so I know for today that I allow myself to go down deeper into my soul, into my being, to recognize that the depth of who I am, and to acknowledge and to know that I am pure love, that I am born with a drive to know more and to grow and to be the best that I can be. It's that spiritual nudge that I wake up to in this new year, to recognize and to know that this is a great opportunity to continue that growth and to accept all the good that comes into my life that's already there and available in my life. So for today in this service, I open my ears and my eyes and my heart to the community that's in this room and the community at large. And I also open my mind and my heart and my ears to the words of Reverend Sue as she has prepared her message for today, for this very specific day, and for those who are listening. So I give thanks for this community, knowing that it's growing and prospering. It's a place of refuge. It's also a place of friendship. It's a place of warmth. So I give thanks for today, and I release these words into prayer, into law, knowing full well it is so. And together we say, and so it is. Reverend Sue.
Okay, show time. A happy New Year, everyone. As I tried to mumble about the overall message for the Centers for Spiritual Living, the theme this month is root. Jeez. Let me try this again. Happy New Year, everyone. Root and reboot. You can see why I made a mistake, so not so bad. And the whole year is about living out loud. So think about that for yourself, really. Let every message that we share with you not be just words coming at you, but a personal message for your own particular encouragement to maybe step outside some of the boundaries you've placed upon yourself. And the message that we have from today is God is a concept, which in itself, that title sounds so very, very dry. And there's so much philosophy when you really look at the religious sections, when you go into our philosophy as well, when you go into a bookstore or library, walls and walls and walls of books trying to explain. That's why God is a concept. And it's so personal to each and every one of us. And so I ask you, what if your New Year's resolution was simply to just live out loud this year with the full assurance that you're going to do, everything that you're going to do is trust God. Trust that a divine intelligence is now absolutely alive and operating at the center of your being, and you know it. You're aware of it. It is guiding you. It is that which inspires you, no matter what comes up. So if you're worrying about something, let it go. If you can ask for that divine guidance and you can listen. Are you diagnosed with something? Ask for the wisdom. Ask for the courage to show you the way to handle it. If you're finding yourself continually snagged in your consciousness by an issue of the past, offer it forgiveness. Invoke compassion. If you're bored, be in service to another. If you're fretting about money, remember the principles of abundance. Especially if you listen to the news, remember there is a principle, a spiritual principle, that if you ground yourself in, there is a place of absolute trust, because there is no lack. There is a divine answer to everything and everywhere you turn. I like to see it as love. I name it as that. But it's everywhere. Everywhere I live, move, and have my being. You've heard that saying many times. Love will always be there to meet you. Sri Aurobindo was one of the teachers in the later years of Earnest Holmes' life, the founder of our philosophy, Earnest Holmes. But Sri Aurobindo says the divine soul, so we recognize this soul nature of our own being, the divine soul living in the truth of its being always has the conscious sense of itself as a manifestation of the absolute. So here come some of those conceptual terms that can kind of make our mind, go, well, what does that all mean? But we always have the opportunity to know truth. We can choose to listen this year more deeply to those inner urgings that beckon us. Sri Aurobindo is reminding us, truth is already living at your true center. It is awaiting your conscious realization of truth. God is inside us, but also inside and surrounding absolutely everything. So the divine is everything, and it becomes you. It becomes what you have named. It is also something that is always greater than you. So when you can really sit with the awe of what I'm saying here, there's an affirmation that goes with this. I am the living embodiment of divine intelligence. Whew. That's a big statement to make. And it's exciting and thrilling to recognize that you are not alone, that you're no longer striving to find a God, but you're surrendering to knowing and trusting that there is this embodiment. I am that. And divine intelligence is a light of awareness, moving and having its being through me. It is in its calm nature. It is there, though, always. It is the source of my being. So Earnest Holmes boldly says in the Science of Mind textbook, Spirit is the Father, Mother, God. We used to use that statement a lot, Father, Mother, God, when we would start a prayer, because it helps to remind us, this is his words, the principle of unity back of all things. There is a masculine and a feminine principle, but they're all coming from the one Spirit, which is our life, which is truth, love, being, cause, and effect. It's the only power in the universe. Spirit is all, the center and circumference of everything, both manifest and unmanifest. Feeling, thinking, sensing the allness of Spirit, we enter into conscious communion with it. Think about yourself right now as you sit there. Words are coming to you, but listen to the quickening of your heart. He goes on to say, its essence flows into our acts, spilling itself in and through everything we do. So it's for you to admit, when you look at these concepts, that there is a depth within us that perhaps we have not yet explored. Can you admit that to yourself? Have you kept it at bay? I know there's moments in my life when I've had the experience where, because I studied yoga so much, I was thrilled when I'd go to an ashram and there would be the guru would be there, and he was going to deliver the Shaktipat, it was called, the awakening, the touch. And we would be prepared for it. And I remember 3 days of being prepared for this. And the moment he walked in, I bolted. Freaked me out. Because I thought, what if he touches me and I start having a seizure or something? What if? I started doing all these what if fear things. What if? What if this God thing is something really bizarre? So I kept it at bay. All the while, I really think it wasn't the fear that made me bold. I think it was my inner knowing, that's not your way. That's not your way. Your way is much more gentle, and you're already awake. You're already awake and ready. Just allow that divine to have its way within you. So this realm of God, Tao, Buddha mind, whatever you want to call it, always within us, something we might keep questioning. Is it really? What is it really? Can we wrap our understanding around it, like as I was frightened to be a true believer? Is there some part of our nature that is just kind of holding it off in case, what if it's not? What if I waste all my time in this and it's not real? It just hasn't been fully revealed in a way to you that you're aware of, because it's constantly before you, in you, as you. We might keep it behind that door of mystery and never walk through that door. We can explain the concept away as an idea that it's kind of bogus. It can't be real. How can my thoughts be co-creative with the divine? How can I have mental equivalence? What are all these mysterious, miraculous ways that this teaching is inviting us to believe, to understand, to have faith in? But there's something deep within us that is calling us. And I just ask you, are you curious? Now, a while back, I did read this story, but I'm going to share it again because some of you might not have been here. And What is in the Way is the Way was a book we used at a women's retreat. But this, to describe the ability to see this whole thing as a metaphor, is the story 1,000 Doors. Imagine being imprisoned in a room where every wall is filled with doors and each one is promising your way out. This is your life. This room represents your struggling self. Some doors promise that if you fix your problems, then everything will be okay. That's when you make your lists of resolutions. Others promise that if you just ignore them, understand them, deny them, or try to numb yourself to them, or run away from them, you will be out of the prison. So you try 999 of these doors many, many, many times, and each one of three things happens. The door is locked, the door opens to a brick wall, or, my favorite, the door opens and you walk through it only to find yourself in the same room. So there is one door that you have not tried, and it's a very small one, and it's back there in the darkest corner. You see it, you see something written on the front of it, but you can't tell quite what it says, but it has the letters H-E. So you're thinking right away, don't ever make assumptions, but you're assuming that means it's hell. Why would you want to open that small door? And so you stay away from it, as far away as you can. But there comes a time when you've tried everything else, all those 999 doors. It's year 2023, and you decide right this day that many times no results, hell has to be better than this room. So you go over to the corner, crouch down in front of the little door, and much to your amazement, you see the word, here. You realize in a flash that door is an invitation to be curious about your experience rather than always trying to make it different than what it is. But this door looks too small to get through, so your mind doubts that simple curiosity will help you out of the prison. But since everything else fails, you go for it. As you cultivate more and more of this divine curiosity is what I'm pointing to, an amazing thing happens. The more you are curious, the more this door expands. Instead of walking through the door and out of the prison of your mind, you find the walls of the room are slowly dissolving until you're in a room where the 1,000 doors are all gone and you're fully connected to life again. Wow. Curiosity, a bold, powerful move. In the Upanishads, in the teachings of the Vedic texts, they're saying it is seen as the unreal that is made real. The immovable center of all creation is where we carry the truth of our being, right here. We carry the light. Everything is made manifest, has the spark of divinity. The divine essence is alive in everything and can never die. It can remain only cloaked in our ignorance of it, but it is revealed. It is revealed in these glimpses of truth. Think about it when you stare into the night. When an image of a sunset or a sunrise catches your heart and you're in awe. When you stare even into a cup of coffee trying to wake up in the morning, it is there. It is there. When you stare into your meditation practice, it is there. When you stare at the ocean, it is there. Even as you stare at me up here, this divine essence is alive and beating in your heart. So God as a concept, It's up to you. Something you seek and know that it is found. The place of peace. The moment you feel peace, the moment you feel power, the moment you feel joy, the moment you feel enlightened, that is the divine. That is the God. That is the curiosity of a deep knowing. Pema Chodron says, one can appreciate and celebrate each moment. There's nothing more sacred. There's nothing more vast or absolute. Ooh, it sounds so awesome. And then she says, in fact, there is nothing more. There's nothing more than that. Now, I had the good fortune of going to watch the Avatar movie the other day. Anybody seen it yet? The wonderful movie. So refreshing, because throughout it was the continual messaging of power and truth that operates at the center of us all. Now, the Avatar is all about an alien planet and life force. But if you watch it, I just suggest to you to be really mindful, to see what is the teaching here for me. You'll start to recognize an underlying wisdom throughout the movie of indigenous wisdom that really catches you. Indigenous wisdom all over the planet. And you begin to hear the power invested in water itself, the wisdom of all of nature. You start to learn a way, so sweet, the way they teach you to breathe from your heart. The sweetness of saying, just breathe here, feel it here. And they dive deep, deep, deep into the depths of the oceans. And then they also are witnessing how to telepathically communicate with other beings, whether it be the plant life or the animal life. You'll witness deep grief and also powerful moments of compassion. You open to it. You just open to it. And you bear witness, I'm returning to the light. The movie is about light. And you feel yourself touched tenderly with the tear in the end, longing to have that experience. So it's so worth the journey. So I ask for you this year to watch for your epiphany. Now, I learned something different about the word epiphany while I was preparing this talk. In Eastern Orthodox traditions, January 6th, which is coming up, is set aside as the day of Epiphany. Some of you might realize that. This is a day, the realization of God or Spirit incarnated through Jesus the Christ. This can also be seen as the day when, hear this, when humanity realized God was not out there, but rather in here. Now, traditionally, I love this part because it's about food. Traditionally, people eat epiphany cakes or pastries on this day. We're all imbued by our very nature with this conscious awareness of spirit within. So think about that. And on January 6th, take a moment, go to the bakery and eat an epiphany cake, even if you just swore all your resolutions that you weren't going to touch a bit of sugar. Ask for a sugar-free, gluten-free one. And take it down and don't let the day go by. Don't let that day go by without that discovery that same spirit that incarnated Jesus, that same spirit is in you, in me as well. So all faith paths are naming this concept of God in words that are familiar to their culture. So it's a force and a power in our lives. It's the very essence of who we are and guides us. It's the original cause of all that is. So in the tradition of Science of Mind, the idea, I brought my textbooks, getting pretty worn out here, but the idea is so I invite you to the same idea this month, is to study the first 4 chapters. It's where Earnest Holmes just dives in and takes it apart from some of the religious terms of God all the time, using that word. He calls the very first one the thing itself. God is all there is, and How do we know this? Because he goes on, we talk about that all the time. There's something back of everything. And so that's why he said it's the first cause of everything. It is that something, that supreme mind and power back of all creation. And we can instinctively feel the nature of that, his words. To suppose God could make man as an individual without leaving him to discover himself would suppose an impossibility. Individuality, you see, it comes each one by one. This individuality must be spontaneous. It won't be automatic. It'll come to you in these moments of discovery. The seed of freedom must be planted in the innermost being of everyone, like the prodigal son. We must make the discovery for yourself. Now, I know he goes on to say we instinctively feel this. The truth is pointing to a freedom, to a law that is inherent in all of us. An inner voice that I keep inviting you to try to really discern. What is that for you? Of a love beyond our fondest dream, of a freedom which our soul craves. And then one more that he says here, God is always God, no matter what our emotional storm might be, or what our objective situation may be. There's always something hidden in the inner being that has never been violated. It has never been hurt. It has never been lied to. It has never betrayed you. We may stumble, but there is that eternal voice forever whispering in our ear, that thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings and sings. It's so powerful. It's so powerful to know that every spiritual tradition, everyone, they all beckon us home to this divine intelligence. Emerson said, he referred to it as the oversoul. We have our soul and then this great oversoul, and I like those words. He has an essay, he wrote that the thing that is underlying principle that brings it all together, that humanity, within humanity, is the soul of the whole, the wise silence. The universal beauty to which every part and particle is equally related, the eternal one. So much value. The books that we're referencing this month is Living the Science of Mind. And one of the passages that Earnest Holmes writes in this work is when we use the word God or spirit, we mean the intelligent principle. Yes, reality. That's what he's pointing to. And what all religions mean when they refer to something in the universe is responding to our consciousness. To me, just remembering that, you're never alone in any prayer of your heart. You're never, never, never alone. That every prayer of your heart is heard, and you breathe deep into that knowing. He said, people have never ceased being interested in the nature of God, and there is nothing that gives greater satisfaction than to believe in a supreme intelligence that we can commune with, an intuitive power that graces us. When we use the word God or Spirit, we do not mean a tribal God, here it goes again, but the supreme mind and the power back of all created form, an intelligence which is responding to us through mineral, vegetable, and animal kingdom, and it's blossoming in our mind. It approaches our conscious recognition of it. It's calling us. We can answer this year. We can live out loud and just rejoice that we have a teaching that allows us to get a sense of what true freedom really means. It's not living with blind faith, but an application and a certainty that something is responding to my thought, and an inner conviction that I stand on rock solid ground. I stand on the source, and I allow my soul to be aware of this God nature, and I listen, and I listen, and I listen more deeply, and there's an awareness within us, knowing that there is a supreme good unfolding always. So I'm going to invite Judy up as I close this message. God is a concept, but it's so deeply personal. It's so much a part of you that you might not even recognize it. But look in the mirror and see it looking back at you through the eyes of love. So despite all appearances, no matter what 2020 brought, 2021, 2022, no matter what has manifested in any of your lifetime history, even if it keeps repeating itself, no matter what the challenge is, divine good remains in the midst of it all, in the midst of your thinking, in the midst of the struggle. Ooh, that love, that divine impulse is right there. It cannot get pushed out of the way. It's right there. So when God is all there is, there's nothing else. Open to that. And join me. Feel it now. Let silence beckon you. Let stillness call you home. Relax in your nature. Feel it right now. Maybe as you're listening, your mind has wandered. Bring it home. Let it settle into the heart of your true nature. Drop your shoulders. Soften the belly. Release the tension in your feet and arms. I am here. I am surrendering to this grace, to this essence, to this knowing. I am open. I am open. I can feel something stirring deep within my soul, longing for this true companion in my life, this intelligence, this power, this truth, this faithful companion. I pray now to live deeply, deeply with purpose, living, free of being attached to my past, choosing to live wisely, allowing the true principle of humility to fill me, to grace me, to restore me, to remind me it isn't all about me out there, that I am strong, that I have powerful health surging through my body. As I speak this word personally, I speak it to you as well, just knowing that this love is manifesting in all of its forms through you as you. You're choosing to live lovingly with this grace, mindfully with an awareness, grateful for the generosity that comes your way and what pours through you, living fully with an enthusiasm. Let this time be this day. You create just a vision with no limitation, just a vision of intention to call the divine as your resource, as your power, as your source, as your good. Be empowered with this for your joy and trust it. This is your truest self. You have tapped the doorway. It's saying, here, here I am, my beloved. Welcome home. I release these words knowing that we each carry the words out of here in any way that is the highest and the best for you. I know that. I stand here week after week knowing that truth for you. It can be no other way. So thank you, God. As we sit in the silence, we feel we are held by that. That's what love does. Holds you. Feel it. Feel it. Breathe it. And so it is. Thank you. Dalton?
Storm cloud, come circle me again. Dark, heavy rain on my horizon. I have weathered you before, I will weather you again. Stronger than ever, no, never alone. Stronger than ever, my look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor, stronger than ever. No teardrop, no howling winter wind will ever throw me off my journey. I will walk without a fear, past the wolf at my front door. Stronger than ever, no, never alone. Stronger than ever, my look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. When I look back on all I've done, everything I've lost or won, it all fades into the glory of my never-ending story. Stronger than ever, no, never alone. Stronger than ever, my look how I've grown. 'Cause I'm lifted in every endeavor, stronger than ever. Stronger than ever.
Thank you, Dalton. And thank you, Judy, for the support as we do our prayers. So I did want to mention for all those that brought teddy bears and stuffed animals for Blue Santa, it was extremely successful. We had 242 that, so we want to thank everyone for that. The police officers were really excited and really grateful. And I don't know if that's our record number, but it's close to it at least. But if you recall, over the last few weeks, the stage was full of animals, stuffed animals, so thank you. So I'd like to invite the ushers forward. There's a lot of stuff up here. So as we prepare to give our offering, speaking on behalf of everyone, my heart is filled with love and appreciation, since what is offered here is for my spiritual well-being. I'm filled with gratitude, knowing life stays in balance, for as I give, I do receive.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
So on behalf of the center, I give great thanks for the gifts given, the gifts coming from your heart to this center to help it prosper and to grow, and to maintain a place of pure community, a community of love and connection. And so I know and I claim that as you have given, whether it be your financial good or your seva, your heart, your intention of support of this center, it is so gratefully received and well used, and it does come back fully back to each and every one of us. So thank you, God. Thank you, everyone. And as I release these words of prayer, I know it to be true. And so together we say, and so it is. So thank you for coming today. We're going to have a closing song with Dalton, and then just enjoy the social hall and meet someone. It's a pretty day, so a good day to walk the grounds. And if you're new, if you want to take a look, we'll be glad to show you around. So thank you.
Please stand on up if you're comfortable. Cause there was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Hey, you know how it goes. Sing along now. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. Well, there's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. Well, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. Well, there's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. Let me sing now. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. Well, there's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. Said I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. Come on now. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for, sing it with me, God.
Awesome. So, thank you guys for coming today. I know it's New Year's Day, and there's something special about just something so fresh about it. And you spent the time with us. So I really value that, and hope to see you throughout the whole year. And really, come meet us if you don't know me personally. Come say hello so I can know your name, and just have a beautiful day. Thank you.